10 nations. They're not the Club of Rome. Those cats don't get along. John said, (17, 12, and 13) that the 10 nations are going to have one voice, one mind, one mind. Sorry if I'm yelling. I'm pretty excited about this. One mind. Right now we understand, every high school kid should understand that the earth rotates 1,000 miles an hour. It does a yearly cycle around the sun at 67,000 miles an hour. Did I say that right? 67,000 miles an hour. Sounded weird the first time. Okay. And our solar system, or the Earth and the Sun, just by themselves, is traveling at 483,000 miles an hour. And our solar system is traveling at 514,000 miles per hour. And that does, and the numbers just keep escalating when you get to the galaxy and how fast the galaxy is traveling. How fast is the galaxy spinning? And outrageous. But we remember that, right? Okay. I've never felt it, but that's what they said we're doing, and we can't feel it because there's gravity theory and they do have no quantitative formula to state or explain gravity. You do know that every time somebody says gravity, the word theory should come after it or before it, theory of. Anyhow, okay, so we all learn that. Okay, so one mind. John said, Revelation 4:6, that he saw a sea of glass, and on it a throne. Genesis tells us that God's Spirit hovered or was upon the waters. Notice that there was something up, separated the waters somehow from the waters, gathered the waters in one place, and made dry land appear. Right? We all remember that. That might be what it looks like. Waters above, waters below, waters below. Dry land he called earth. Stars. He put in the firmament somehow the sun, and the moon, that's what his word describes. They tell us we're on this. Why? If we're on this, there has to be other ones. And there's other folks like us who are curious and are willing to travel. Well, the ones that these people are talking about, they came here to here, and they seeded us. They dropped off their little version of themselves in a seed of some sort, okay? And from that, everything you see was spawned. Everything. Everything. Even this. That's what they're saying. This came from that. Okay. Which came from somebody else on something like ours. Okay. So we got Mars, Venus, Mercury, and the line goes on. You notice that all the planets are named after Roman and Greek deities? That's pretty trippy, isn't it? Huh. Anyhow, so what I'm doing here is I'm showing you what this great deception looks like. Is this what it actually is? Just showing you what it looks like. Currently, there are 10 nations that have satellite launch capability. The last one to join was North Korea on 12/12/12, December 12th, 2012. Remember that? Everybody was in, oh my God, the Mayan calendar. Nothing happened. Well, something did. A completion of a coalition. A coalition who is telling us, who are of one mind, who are telling us and have been telling us from a reliable source that this is where we live. When God in His Word tells us we live on an object that is immovable. Joshua said, sun and moon, be still. He didn't tell all of this, freeze, for about a whole day. Does that make any sense to anybody else besides me? Or not make any sense to anyone else besides me? This tells us one mind. One mind. These cats are putting on a show. And every time you turn on your TV, you're turning on to their show. It's a reality show. They're showing you a bunch of kids acting like kids, and you're sitting up there going, whoa, this is real. And you go to work and you talk about it. Hey, did you see what Trump talked about today? Oh, did you see what I think he was grabbing. I mean, whatever it is. Be it a sports team, whatever Satan can do to get you focused on him or something else other than what you should be focused on. He'll put anything. I saw a movie once. It's two English cats sitting on a veranda, right? And they're watching these games. It was an elephant tug of war, right? And the first chap, I say, this is a rather interesting sport, right? And the second chap says, well, of course, yeah, the government here uses these games so that the people's focus is placed on it. Trump? It's like the Super Bowl, except this is a Super Bowl that's going to keep going and going and going and going and going and going. All right? That's all I want to say about that. I mean, it's just rhetoric. And we really shouldn't be talking about it. We shouldn't be making speeches about it. We shouldn't be marching about it. We shouldn't be doing anything about it. The one thing that we should be proclaiming and marching about is getting the mote out of our own eye. Instead of pointing the finger and looking at what somebody else did, said, or does. With that said, message. So these guys are saying, hypothetically, that somebody from Alpha Centauri, the Pleiades, or somewhere over there in the cluster, anyhow, some planet somewhere, right, sent some folks who seeded our folks, or our planet, who became us folks, and while all this is happening, when God says, no, he said he put the stars in heaven for signs, 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 signs and wonders. Okay, signs, very important. He built in Egypt. Isaiah 19:20 talks about it. It's a monument. Egypt, where that monument is, the Great Pyramid, that is the center of all the landmass on Earth. In the day of Peleg, that's when the Earth, you have to look that up, that's when the Earth was divided. Okay, he said he had the water go into one place and the dry land appeared. Okay, I drew the pyramid over here. It was actually in the very center of all of the landmass. Okay, this is a whole nother study. Oh, Lordy. Anyhow, he put the stars up there. There's a message in there. People forgot. The Magi didn't. They knew when the birth of Jesus was to be. The angels, or the demons, there are 10 nations, Revelation talks about, that are going to have one mind, and that one mind is his, to promote his word, his creation. This is his creation. And his salvation. His salvation is going to be through a reintroduction, because our cousins that seeded us are coming back. I know people, hang with me, please. They're coming back. And their appearance is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Right? Wow, Bert has lost it. Sci-fi stuff. These guys who originally seeded Earth, because God, we know God didn't do it because he doesn't exist. Okay. So I postulate how arrogant of us to think that we are the only one. They're coming to do a favor to us and catapult us into human 2.0, transhumanism. 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 These 10 nations, one mind, speaking one word about his creation, and they're revealing slowly but surely. What do you think all this stuff on TV is about? Ancient aliens, the Bible. That stuff's not there. That's propaganda. Again, remember, 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 remember. We're watching a bunch of children. They're playing a game. They're playing a game. They're playing a game. It's all about who can perform the best rhetoric to get the people on with the agenda. The agenda is 2.0 humans. That makes us unredeemable. The church won't be here. It makes humans unredeemable. It ushers in the ability for a human being to engage in the second death. No, I'm not doing the Eye of Horus. That's 2. I could do it like this if you like. No, that's 2. I'm talking about 2. This is not a game. They have very subtly introduced everyone, 7 billion people on this frickin' earth who believe that we're living on this when God says we're living on that. His word makes it quite clear. Joshua said, "Sun, be still," and the moon was also, paraphrasing, stop, freeze. The earth isn't moving. That's the deception. And these 10 nations who have satellite launching capability, who are saying, yes, we have, we got stuff out there, they're lying. All the astrophysics departments are liars. Not the people like you and me that would, duped people that would go and take, pay our good money. Escaping history. I want to touch on this real quick. I know my brothers and sisters, woohoo! Black power, woohoo, and all that good stuff. People, you want to know who the Africans were? You want to know who they were? Who they worked for? What God, Jesus, is trying to do for us. Not trying to, but what he's doing for us. He's saying, forget your history, dude. Let me blot that out and write something brand new for you. But if you are so interested in going back, because the white man done suppressed me, he ain't done suppressed just you, he's suppressing everybody. This is suppressing everybody. It's not just you. He wants you to focus on you and make yourself important. That's his thing. Self. S-E-L-F. It is not a self thing. This is a collective thing. Humanity. All of humanity is involved in this. It's not just you. He's going to pocket compartmentalize you people by making you think that, oh, see, look at them people. They putting me down. Or you want to go back and find out about your freaking history. Jesus wants you to escape it through him. He wants you to forget it. He wants to wipe it out. You want to go back and look. Okay, well, if you want to go back and look, then you have to pick up this book right here. Dang, book, look. You got to pick up this book right here. You got to start here. You want to know who your people were? Yeah, they were builders. They were fantastic. They were outrageous. They built cities and flying aircraft that make the stuff that we see here pale in comparison. Yeah, that's what they were doing. Yeah, they were all of that. The reason why they're keeping that history from you is because that revelation isn't supposed to come. Daniel, he told him, it's not supposed to come until later. It's not supposed to come until these guys get together and these guys do their thing. That's when what it is that you want to know is coming. It's going to poke his little head up. Be careful. Ancestry.com, collecting DNA. I don't know why. I don't know why. Why they're doing that. Why are people so intrigued with their returning to their roots, finding out this, that, and the other? Jesus said, find out about that. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. Seek ye first. That doesn't mean don't do anything else. But he said, if you're going to do that, and you want to do this while you're this, then you need to start here. You need to start in this book. Okay, I want to touch on something else real quick, and that is Mr. Melchizedek. He was introduced, Melchizedek, Abraham, and he introduced giving. What giving is, the cross, church age, onward. What this is that he instituted, remember, this is war, right? The troops have to be resupplied. So, we know that Melchizedek is Jesus. So Jesus is instituting something here, and we know that the church, different marker, church is the body of Christ. So basically, being that this is one, this is a time travel. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out, please. This is Jesus sending himself back. I know it sounds crazy, and it is. So that to institute a giving posture in believers. Malachi was the last book to talk about it of the Old Testament. Oh, it's just for the Old Testament saints. Yeah, hear me out. This is to go forward, this giving thing. This wasn't supposed to stop here with Christ. It's supposed to continue, because what it does is it resupplies the saints, right? And as it's resupplying the saints, it's going back, and it's telling that message over and over again. Every time somebody picks up this Bible and gets that message, that glory, which is God's word, is being dispensed again. And it's a circle. I know it sounds really wild. Again, I told you that I'm not dealing with no easy subjects. It's a resupply line. God doesn't need us. He's got all the gold and all the silver. He doesn't need us to give to the church. But he does. He instituted the giving here in the Old Testament and having it carry through so that we would give to ourselves. He is giving to us. He gave to us from the beginning. And he wants us, that nature, to be in us as givers. And we are constantly giving, be it to the poor, be it to our neighbor whose dog got ran over and he doesn't have enough money for his funeral. Whoever, we are givers. That's what we do. It has to go out. And what this is, I'm not talking about good works. I'm talking about receiving God's word from on high, right? Right? That is our sustenance. We don't live by bread alone, right? That's our sustenance. He instituted this for meat, as he stated in Malachi. For meat in my house. Where is this house? Right here. What is the meat? His word. His word, so that there will be word in his house. Again, he doesn't need us. He doesn't need what the little pocket change. He could, with the twinkle of his nose, or the shaking of his nose, or twitching of his nose, he could have the coffers of every church full. But that's not the point. What he wants his children to do is he wants them to place a value on what it is that they're being taught. And I don't mean this this is where folks really get kind of scared. But wherever you're going to church, if that man is teaching you God's word, I mean teaching you God's word, not just giving you an emotional high. Not that. Oh, Lordy, come on down here. Come on, we gonna have church today. No, not that. But actual word. What I'm doing here to do, if you're not getting that, then leave them. You need that. I know. You're there, and you've developed friendships and all that. You need to get out of there, because this stuff isn't being taught. And God said, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." And that's so freaking deep. That is so deep. My people perish for lack of knowledge. And the ones that are supposed to be tending the flock, the ones that are supposed to be feeding the flock, feed my sheep, Peter. They're not feeding the flock. They're not getting revelation. They're not getting some kind of understanding of anything except their comfort. It's the Pharisees and the Sadducees. It's as in the days of Noah. We need to put flesh and blood on the Bible, people. Sit down and study and absorb it and just go real freaking slow. He wants us to forget. He wants us to give because you're giving to yourself. He said tenfold, 20, something like that, 100, might have been 50 or something. That's what your return is. You cast your bread upon the waters, dude, and it comes back to you. He instituted it for us, and we're instituting it. We are instituting it ourselves. We are talking to ourselves. We're talking to our past so that it would be instituted, kind of a Terminator thing. I know it sounds crazy, and it is. But God is so wonderful when He tells us and does crazy stuff. In our eyes, it's crazy, but that's what it is. Melchizedek was sent, and why did he just appear out of nowhere? Melchizedek appeared out of nowhere to institute something that was to continually supply us with his word, because that's our fuel. That's our Jesus juice. If we don't get this inside of us, I don't care who you are, and he doesn't either. He doesn't care who you are. As long as this hasn't been changed, he doesn't care who you are. You can get on your knees in your heart. If you can't get on your knees and say, Lord, I give up. You're the one. Satan is promoting his word, his creation, his salvation is coming. He's going to offer it to everybody. And if everybody don't accept it, the somebodies who don't will get their head cut off if they're caught. That's going to be the law. What's ISIS doing right now? Well, I mean, what was the last 5-10 years we heard about beheadings, right? And shoot, what? God talked about it a long time ago. They're going to be cutting people's heads off. If his word is not playing out before us, baby, You guys are smart. Every single one of my friends is smart. I got university professors watching me. Entrepreneurs. I got people watching. And you guys need to spread the word, because I know you never heard this. And by golly, I'd be surprised if you do hear it from another source. And right here, today. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. That's what this looks like.